Aloha. I am so grateful. I am grateful to call Hawaii home. I'm grateful for our people and the spirit of aloha that binds us all together. I'm grateful for our precious Aina, our beautiful oceans, and our towering mountains. But most of all, I'm grateful to all of you, the people of Hawaii, for allowing me the honor and the privilege of serving you in so many ways over the years. Back in 2002, I was just 21 years old, and the people of Ewa Beach in Waipahu entrusted me with their votes, electing me to serve as their state representative at a pivotal time of rapid growth within our community. 2 years later, you supported my decision to step away from that seat in the state legislature when I volunteered to deploy with the Hawaii Army National Guard to Iraq. There was no way that I could stay home in beautiful Hawaii as my brothers and sisters in uniform marched off to serve in a war zone on the other side of the world. I'm grateful to our dearest Senator Daniel K. Akaka, his wife Auntie Millie, and the entire Akaka Ohana who welcomed me as one of their own when I returned from that Iraq deployment. Serving as a legislative aide to Senator Akaka in Washington, where I was able to witness every single day his example of what it truly means to live and lead with aloha. This was an incredible honor and an experience that I continue to treasure to this day. When I came home for my second Middle East deployment, the people of Honolulu's City Council District 6 allowed me the opportunity to serve them, filling potholes, fighting to protect our environment, empowering and supporting our small businesses, and promoting economic development. And since 2012, the people of Hawaii's 2nd Congressional District have voted resoundingly through 4 elections for me to serve as your voice in Washington. We've been through a lot and we've accomplished so much together. From Pele's eruptions in Puna to historic flooding on Kauai, and the missile alert last year that reawakened all of us to the fact that our lives could end at any moment and that we must do everything possible to prevent a nuclear holocaust. Now, going through all of this, the strength of our families and our communities coming together and caring for one another through thick and thin makes me so grateful. Throughout my life, I've never thought of a quote-unquote political career. It's never crossed my mind. I've always done my best to serve wherever I felt I could make the most impact. This principle of service above self has been what has motivated the decisions that I've made throughout my life. And it's why I'm running for president. At this time, when our country is so divided and our world is moving ever closer to a nuclear holocaust, at this time when we may be sucked into another even more disastrous war in the Middle East, and tensions with other nuclear powers are escalating, and with that, a new arms race and a Cold War that can only end in nuclear catastrophe, I believe that I can best serve the people of Hawaii and our country as your president and commander-in-chief, bringing the experience that I have, both as a soldier serving for over 16 years in the Army National Guard, deploying twice to the Middle East, and serving in Congress for nearly 7 years on the Foreign Affairs, Armed Services, and Homeland Security committees. I am prepared to walk into the Oval Office on day one to do that job. Whereas president, I will immediately begin to work to end this new Cold War and nuclear arms race, end our interventionist foreign policy of carrying out wasteful regime change wars, and instead redirect our precious resources towards serving the needs of the people right here at home. As such, I will not be seeking re-election to Congress in 2020, and I humbly ask you for your support for my candidacy for President of the United States. Washington, our country, and the world is in dire need of aloha. Only aloha has the power to heal the divisive wounds in our nation. Only aloha has the power to bring our nation together, recognizing that we are all God's children and we're all Americans. As president, I will lead with aloha, putting people ahead of profits, putting people ahead of politics, putting the well-being of our people and our planet above all else. Auntie Pilahipaki said, "The world will turn to Hawaii as they search for world peace, because Hawaii has the key, and that key is aloha." Dr. Martin Luther King saw the power of aloha when he first visited our islands and addressed the Hawaiʻi House of Representatives back in 1959, where he said, "We look to you for inspiration and as a noble example, where you have already accomplished in the area of racial harmony and racial justice what we are struggling to accomplish in other sections of the country. And you can never know what it means to those of us caught for the moment in the tragic and often dark midnight of man's inhumanity to man, to come to a place where we see the glowing daybreak of freedom and dignity and racial justice." After returning to the mainland, Dr. King said of his visit to Hawaii, "As I looked at all of these various faces and various colors mingled together like the waters of the sea, I could see only one face, the face of the future." Hawaii is and will always be my home. And you, the people of Hawaii, will always be my heart. I carry my love for Hawaii and our people everywhere I go. And I want you to know that I will always do my best to serve you, to serve our state, and to serve our country with aloha. Ke akua me ke aloha. Mahalo nui loa.